I'm Rena Champlin, and this is my co-host.
I'm Alex.
And we're so excited to be back for our 4th episode of the podcast, which is crazy.
Yeah, already 4 in. That's like...
Almost 5.
That's more than Star Wars did originally.
Dude, we're making progress. I do want to start out. We're going to start with Gleason Business as we always do, and then in honor of the old podcast, and then we'll move on to other things. I need you to publicly apologize to Layla.
I need to publicly apologize?
Yeah, because here's the thing is, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but the 3rd episode of the podcast, he was in charge of uploading it. Normally I upload it. But he uploaded it and he was like, yeah, I set it to a timer. It should be up after it's rendering. It's okay. It's good. I set the thumbnail. It's funny. And I'm like, okay. And I'm checking. It's midnight and it hadn't gone up. And so because I know the passwords for Gleason, I logged in via my phone on my YouTube app. And I was like, what's going on? And I had no idea. And I gave it to my boy. And he was like, Rena, it's set to private.
That must have been an option in DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, Layla was so upset. She was like, Rena, I've been refreshing all day. Where was it?
Layla, my sincerest apologies. I have failed you. And if I'm no longer allowed to host the Gleason podcast, I understand.
I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you're okay. It was just I just wanted Layla to know that we're so sorry that it was not up in time for you to. I do want to show you she gives me notes. She gives me notes on the podcast. Let me show you. You guys won't be able to see. Maybe I'll take a few screenshots and put them up here. She gave me 17 notes.
Wow.
On our podcast, and it is the funniest.
Oh, wow.
And
we have a super fan.
We do. I told you we're becoming niche celebrities.
Yeah, niche micro celebrities of the Florida Tech campus.
Fun fact of the Gleason YouTube. So the first episode of the podcast has 90 views on it, right?
Woo! Yeah, last I checked.
And I think we are the third episode 1 is the 3rd most popular episode on the Gleason
channel. I remember I checked. I sorted by popularity. Like, how high up there is this? And it was like there's only 2 videos above it.
Yeah, those ones have 165, and then we're there at 90.
Yeah.
Not to brag, guys, but we're real cool.
What can I say? Basically, make the channel at this point.
Yeah. I was thinking about asking Jeff if we could start a Gleason podcast Instagram.
So we could do stuff during the week per se.
Yeah, do little mini vlogs and then be check out the new episode of the podcast we just uploaded and things like that.
It's all about the growth. It exists to plug the podcast again.
It's so funny that we're doing a school podcast and we are all about it. We're like, let's go big, baby. Let's do it.
We're going to make it.
I'm so tempted to set up the Patreon. You have no idea.
The Patreon.
Yeah, you have no idea. I think it's the funniest thing in the world.
As much a standard as a Patreon is for a podcast, streamer, whatever, I just have to ask what it would fund since all the equipment is given to us due to the fact that we work at the Performing Arts Center.
That's right. Fun fact, I forgot our Gleason podcast uniform. Alex did not. He wore his blacks. I instead wore a lot of name tags in honor. I figured besides taking the money for ourselves, because hey, let's face it, we are the ones doing this gosh darn podcast.
Pure profit.
Exactly. $2 here, $2 there. Who's going to stop a few poor college kids from making a buck or two?
You want to put money in my pocket?
You want to move up to gold member? You want dental? That's what we call our final tier of our Patreon is dental.
Dental, yeah.
So you can be a gold member and that's your one reward. We take away all of your other rewards on Patreon and it's just dental. I think that'd be really, really funny. Yeah, so that was my Gleason business. I think I have others, but I cannot think of it.
Right.
Any Gleason updates you want to give?
I was tasked with Tiavion to sort out DMX from BMX cables, or I think I'm saying that. No, XLR from DMX cables.
It's okay. I didn't even know any of those letters
it's
existed.
just the lighting ones versus the audio ones.
We know what we're talking about.
And there were none mixed up. I think I might have been sent on a goose chase to kill half an hour, but I'm not going to put on the tinfoil hat too much. I'm going to just keep the Volvo one.
Unless it's stolen back by our one viewer who's like, I want the hat back.
Oh, my friend Connor.
Yeah.
That viewer, that's the guy who gave me this hat. That's why he's saying he reserves rights to take it back. I'm keeping this hat. I know Connor watches this. I know Connor will see this. I know Connor will hear this.
He does watch this. Because you'll look in the comments and he'll give a timestamp of like 43:29.
Yeah.
And we're like, why are you what?
Yeah, he's always like the first of my friend group to like say something about the podcast. It'll be like Saturday morning, and he's like, "Oh, so you said this?" And I'm like, yep, I did say that.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's Should we move Connor up to a gold member?
Connor's earned gold member status along with Layla.
Wow, Connor and Layla, what's it like to be a gold member? I feel like this podcast is now only targeted towards two people. I feel like we're only like, so Layla, Connor, tell us about, like, this is a one-way message just to talk specifically to them.
Yeah, even when we make it big,
yeah.
As the channel grows, we just keep referring to a bunch of people we don't know. I mean, we know these people, but
that's what we call our fans, are the Layla Connors, the Connor Layla.
That's what the tiers are for Patreon. You have like Layla and Connor tier. We'll figure out.
Yeah, who goes on where. I don't think Connor has given any notes though, so I think, no offense, Connor, Layla, gold member. Well, they are gold members, so Connor, Layla, dental.
Yeah. That's what
I think that'd be really funny. So, my other Gleason business is, so apparently 2 times in episode 2, I talked about Jeff bullying us into editing, right? I did not remember. I rewatched episode 2 because I'm insane. I didn't really rewatch it. I clicked through like every normal person, like we do when we edit.
Yeah.
And then I noticed in episode 3 when I was editing, I talked about it again, and I was like, I don't think I've talked about this, but which just goes to show how much we don't pay attention to what we're saying now.
In fact, the topic of us not paying attention to what we're saying was talked about in the last episode. I do remember that.
I'm so sorry. I'm just bringing things, like, from now on, we're not going to go one podcast without saying, we don't know what we're saying, and Jeff bullies us.
It's just a common theme. It's overarching over the whole podcast series.
This is the overarching plot line. We have, like, our beach episode and our filler episodes, but overall, you guys have to know what's really going on.
And that's that we don't know what's going on. Ever.
And we're bullied. And we're bullied by the management. We're lying. We love you, Jeff. We're lying, though. We're not really bullied. I'm putting this as a disclaimer just so we don't get taken away from school.
Yeah, make sure we don't get cease and desist.
Yeah.
None of our bosses have ever done anything unsavory towards us. They're
nice. The best bosses in the world, and I could not ask for a better one. We have to put that disclaimer because Jeff was like, here are some things you shouldn't talk about, and we're like, interesting. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah. So I have a.
You have a.
Okay, I have a topic that I do. Oh my gosh, where's our tape?
It's on the table there, I believe.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm so
You're
sorry.
You're gonna get up to get the tape. All right. I understand. It is become part of the set. Speaking of the set, we should continue to totally ignore the fact that there's a curtain now.
Oh yeah. We're so all of our podcast stuff got taken down because Zen derogatory. He was mean to me today. Like, he was yelling.
He was yelling
Well,
today?
because he was like, you didn't set up the podcast the way I wanted it to.
Oh, right,
And I was like, we didn't film. Otherwise, I would have. I need clear, concise instructions. Instructions.
Almost.
I was so close. Yeah, there we go. I guess this is the Zen derogatory section. We moved it up early.
Transitioning from all our bosses are great and we really can't complain about it to Zen derogatory.
Quick pose for the Zen derogatory. It's today on Zen derogatory. Wah, wah, wah. Sorry, I had to do that just so I know like how long to put in the editing for.
That's right. I forgot there's like a whole title card and transition and everything.
Fun fact, we're not going to have that long to edit this podcast. So if there's less edits than normal, so sorry. Because Alex was assigned a shift on Friday.
I was.
We thought Jeff knew that it's podcast time on Fridays.
Bah.
Yeah. We need to start putting that down on our schedules.
On our work calendars?
On our work calendars every Friday from 5:30 to like 8. It's podcast time.
It's podcast time.
Yeah. That way he can't assign us a shift again. But, so he was assigned, so we couldn't do it. And then Saturday, I was feeling immensely ill, and then I had to do something else. I don't know what happened. I know I did go over to a friend's house, so sorry. So we pushed it off again. Sunday, I forgot.
I was waiting for you to message me about it.
Why didn't you message me?
Because I thought you would message me. So I was like,
I'm the
Rena
leader
will
of this
message me if
podcast.
she's...
I'm the...
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, if we're going to record today, she'll message me.
I'm so sorry. Next time just ask me.
I wasn't like standing outside the door like, God. Any moment now I'm going to get a message from Rena saying that we're going to record the podcast.
You had your blacks on and you're just sitting at the edge of your bed and you're like, man, I'm so excited. I'm so ready. Oh, man, I can't wait till she texts me and tells me podcast time.
No. It was just it was a matter of I made sure to keep my phone on my person in case you did.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
It's not much of an obligation. I usually have my phone on my person regardless.
Yeah, but still, cause I was doing the CP, SecCon thing. I was babysitting college players. Not what you think. Not what you think. I didn't go
college players.
College players. I'm so sorry. Next time I will clarify. So sorry. I didn't go for that. It's college players. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So it was 6:15 when I got off. They got off early. So I got to go home early. But I completely forgot because I don't know. I think I was tired. Dude, the lights that day were a mess. I couldn't get anything to work. Everything was unplugged and turned off. I mean, the normal things were normally turned off, but the things that normally don't turn off were off. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I'm so sorry. I keep getting distracted, and also I feel like I'm the only one talking right now.
Well, it is your story. I don't have much to, I wasn't there. I'm listening. I am
active listening.
One of the audience.
Okay.
As of this moment.
Okay. It goes, Cooper, Layla, Alex, Gentle. Yeah. You're a gold member. It's because you show up.
I made it.
We made it big, baby. No, so I had absolutely no idea. I was dead tired. I'm so sorry. This is my public apology.
Public apology. That's why the podcast was not recorded one day sooner.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Monday now, and who knows how much we'll be able to get done.
Maybe we'll get something done.
we don't even do what we normally do. We just slap it in, and it's the audio is slightly off from the video.
Yeah, we don't even cut out the part of the video because we start the video before the audio.
Exactly.
There's just video with no sound. We don't even line it up right with the audio.
Yeah.
So it's delayed with my mouth, and you absolutely hate what you're watching.
And now you're forced to listen to it as an actual podcast rather than a video that you can enjoy the editing of, which we were bullied into. My thing, I was thinking about it. How would you feel if we put the podcast on Spotify Podcasts?
I thought about this. I'm on board.
I too
am
on
board. Because it's a podcast. Theoretically, you should be able to listen to it on an audio-only platform.
Exactly. And there's a few other podcast platforms that we could absolutely do.
We need to expand.
We need to profit and advertise.
I need to manifest my destiny. I'm an American, damn it.
Yeah. So I guess we have a list for Jeff now to really get our names out there, to really show off who we are. So it's an Instagram, Spotify, and then anything else we feel like.
We're basically becoming celebrities.
What can we say? Watch out in the tabloids. Some controversy might be coming soon. So
I can't wait till I'm accused of embezzlement.
When I am accused of tax fraud, I know I've made it. So I was. Hold on. Yeah. So I remember in episode 1 when we talked about the huntsman spider.
Oh, yes, I do recall.
I think I would risk living in Australia and the huntsman spider if it meant that I got to raise like an abandoned baby kangaroo.
Why kangaroo?
Because they're so cute. Like, okay, yeah, I could foster an animal here in the Americas, but how often do you get to have a little pouch and open it and the little thing just jumps over and puts itself in it? They're so sweet and little.
Okay. Do you want 2 kangaroos? You want the baby and the mother so it can go in a pouch?
No. When they're abandoned, you have to simulate that you are the mom, so you get like a little cloth bag and you put the baby kangaroo in there. It simulates a mom's pouch.
That's fascinating. I was unaware of what it took to foster a baby kangaroo, believe it or not.
That's crazy. You don't get Instagram videos that are like baby kangaroo.
I no longer have an Instagram. I had one in high school. I made it with the sole intent of posting occasionally funny pictures and trolling one person in particular I knew on the robotics team. I'll just say his last name was Murrah, and I was like, it would be really funny. It'd be really funny if you had an account called Spicy Murrah on Instagram. He's like, I'm not making that. And I was like, fine, I'll make it. So hence, Spicy Murrah was born.
Wow.
And he hated it. People kept asking him. It gained some traction in my school, and people would start coming up to him like, hey, is Spicy Murrah, that's your account, right? And he's like, no. He would come up to me and he goes, delete the account. People think I'm Spicy Murrah. I don't want to be associated with it. I would start like DMing the principal because he had an Instagram account just about general like robotic stuff. And I'm fairly certain he thought I was, the actual Murrah.
Imagine DMing your principal and pretending you're someone else. What would you say to him?
I would just, it wasn't anything like obscene. It was just general like competition updates so he could make a little post about it. It wasn't like when I DM'd the principal, I stayed very
professional.
Safe.
Yeah,
professional.
You didn't want to get him kicked out.
Well, if the issue is if I did anything raunchy with Spicy Murrah, they would call him the actual Murrah, and he'd be like, this is not my account, this is the account of Alex Thomas.
Imagine
and
having
then
to
it would
step
come
forward.
to me and I had to step forward like, yeah, I'm the owner of Spicy Murrah. I just want to explain, why'd you name it that? I thought it'd be funny if you had an account called that in freshman year. And I stuck with it ever since.
That's amazing. I think that's so funny.
Yeah,
I've never really made a meme account. I think it would have been really funny to make like some kind of. I've been thinking about. Wasn't there an account for Jeff? Like a meme account for Jeff?
If there was, it was before my time here.
We should do those TikTok edits with Jeff where it's like, I'm on a sugar rush, and it like flips out with them and it's got like the heart filters over it.
No, we make all those pictures where it's like the images flying in, but it's just that one picture of Jeff in a suit. We just keep using that for everything.
Yeah.
Like sped up music and everything.
Yeah. I think we're talking about the same thing.
I think we are. I just didn't know if you wanted to like actually use like legitimate whatever pictures you're supposed to try and use. I find them hilarious when they're like really distorted photos. It's just the same one over and over. I love those.
I was just gonna take really candid pictures of Jeff, like him mid-bite of something, and I'm like, or he's trying to tell an employee something, he's holding stuff. I think it'd be really funny.
I think that'd be pretty worthwhile. With Jeff's approval, of course.
No. Is Zen telling me that we have audio? That we have headphones?
Maybe. Did Zen get back to us? Zen, we're actually 15 minutes
Oh
into the
my
podcast
gosh.
already.
We are 15 minutes into the podcast.
If we didn't get the audio right, it sounds awful like episode 1 again.
It's Zen derogatory all over again. I'm so tempted to like pause the podcast here, go grab the headphones, plug it in, and then like start back up again. But at this point, we're too far in. We're too far gone.
We're just going for it.
Yeah.
You're living with whatever audio we got. It might sound perfectly fine, and you
Maybe
really
it's the
could care
normal
less
audio
about what we're
quality.
saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it actually sounds like episode 1 again. You go, yep, they
did it again. We're never gonna get it right. There's always gonna be something that goes wrong.
Yeah, with episode 3, I noticed we didn't put like a gate or whatever on the audio in post.
It was
And
so
it
echoey.
was really echoey.
Yeah.
I was like, you could hear it, and I was like, oops.
That's not my job. My job is to put in text and PNGs.
I was meant to balance the audio. Throw your tomatoes at me.
If we remember, we'll put in a edit of tomatoes being thrown in if we have the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
For anything technically, like visually, audibly wrong, I'm the scapegoat.
Yeah. No, I'm not the green screen. I'm not the audio. This is so silly. I could do this. I'm not technologically advanced. As we discussed, I have not leveled up in my tech wizardness. You have, though, because you learned how to use the green screen.
That's true. I learned how to use the green screen. I'm above and beyond. What would be beyond tech warlock? I'm unsure.
Let us know down in the comments below. Oh gosh, I sound like a YouTuber where I'm like,
Let us know in the comments, but make sure you also like and subscribe.
better smash
unless
that
this
like
actually
button.
ends up on podcast, podcast. Yeah. If this ends up on Spotify.
If this ends up on,
I don't know
I'd
what you
like
do on
one
Spotify.
podcast, please. I'd like your finest podcast. I just hit the mic. It's okay. We got viewers to spare.
Oh yeah,
baby.
we're famous.
Yeah. No, basically.
The fame's already gone to my head by the way.
I've bought so much cocaine and so many hookers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, all the podcast revenue, which is none because we don't have enough viewers to monetize it yet. But it's all gone to my head.
Just being recognized on campus. Yeah, you don't know what it does to me.
Oh, I already bought a sports car. Used, of course. That's what's in the budget. It's like one of those Ferraris where like the floor is like falling apart, and it makes you question: can you really brag about owning a Ferrari at that point?
Exactly. One of the hubcaps is off,
Yeah.
and you have to replace it with the one you found.
Yeah, she's from '84, but she's still kicking. She still runs. Beats walking.
That's so funny. Yeah. I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, I have no
no, I'm
idea.
gonna make the Patreon. Would you be mad if I put it in?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad per se, but I wouldn't feel great about taking people's money
I would
knowing
be
that we
okay.
have nothing to really invest it in.
We're investing in ourselves.
I am the investor. My body's a temple and it better be made out of gold.
That's another cool one. I have like a list of quotes from Alex where it's the year of our Lord 2009. Crime is sweeter than any dessert. And then this was what?
This was my body's a temple and it better be made out of gold.
Yeah.
There was also I'm not one of the fools, I'm the ringmaster. That was last episode.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what that last quote was. I'm not.
I didn't remember till I actually watched it.
Yeah.
Like, once it was up, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's what it was."
Good. My body's a temple, and what?
It better be made out of gold.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's getting written down for the merchandise, of course, which will inevitably come due to our fame ever expanding.
Well, that's what we could do with our Patreon is we could just make merch, I guess.
That's true. That would
Yeah.
actually be like reasonable. Is like because then you're offering a product for money and not just.
I was just going to take your money. It's trophy wife in training, I guess.
It's like we can't really buy a better camera. I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically we could,
but
like
it's
realistically
already
we're
so good right now. And
it's a,
like
it's a Black Magic, really fancy camera. We have all this studio lighting. We have these studio microphones. What more can be invested into the setup? It doesn't go much. It doesn't get much better than
No,
this.
it doesn't.
We really
It
couldn't have
doesn't.
we got a lucky spawn as podcast hosts, and we're basically starting top of the line.
yeah,
equipment.
no, imagine. No, if you graduate and you know what, I know you want to keep up the Gleason podcast. Every once in a while, can I zoom in with
Zoom in? Yeah, we'll have you as a guest star.
A guest star. I'll put my little
guest star alum Rena Champlin, and we'll take that monitor we're using and we'll have you
up there. Yeah.
Like the episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon's just like on a screen or whatever.
Yeah,
I actually don't watch
exactly.
Big Bang Theory, so I don't know exactly how that played out.
I felt that as well. It could have gone terribly wrong.
I love the clip where it's edited, but it's just like him in the passenger seat of a car and just bazinga, and the car rolls over. I love stuff like that.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm glad you've seen that too.
It's so funny. I had to show Alex fun fact, I had to show Alex today the Awa Awa dog.
Yeah, I never heard of or seen that before.
It's amazing to me because for so long the big trend was like, hey, can I get an Awa Awa for the gravy train? And then you'd go, Awa Awa. It was really funny watching Alex's reaction to the gravy train dog.
Well, because the way you say it, the dog sounds so calm. And you get to the video, and the audio's like, for the dog, he peeks the mic because he's mad, and then he bites the mic. So, like, you're like, gonna get an Awa Awa. He's like, Awa Awa. That's not the dog's reaction. The dog's reaction was like, that's what the dog did to the microphone.
I want to get a replay of that. So you go.
It was pure rage. The dog does not like the gravy train.
He's like this big, and he is pissed. He is mad.
He looks like a gremlin.
That's so funny. That's so funny to me. Yeah.
So. All right. So recently,
yeah,
I've been indulging in some horror stuff, whatever, online.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. So the Legend of Bloody Mary. That's just basically everyone knows. That was a whole like childhood thing. I'm curious. Have you ever tried it yourself?
Me personally, I have tried it.
Okay.
But I think in the words of the wise, the power of Christ compels you. I think I have too much Jesus in me to really experience Bloody Mary. Have you?
I have not tried it. I really want to though.
Okay, go do it.
I mean, I probably will after this, not gonna lie.
Yeah. You walk into you're like, all right, Rena, I gotta go. And you walk right into the boys' bathroom, you turn off all the lights, and you just go?
I mean, I'm not gonna go into Olin Engineering's bathrooms. Be like, everyone shut up. And I'm like staring into the mirror, I turn off the lights. Like, come on, man, I'm trying to use the bathroom. I'm like, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And he's just like, ah!
You just see like blood come down from the urinal, and there's a man's head missing, and you're like, oh man, shouldn't have done that in the engineering
Shouldn't have done it in public. Oops. Rule number 1 of Bloody Mary: don't do it in a public restroom. Someone will get hurt, and it's likely not to be you.
Bloody Mary is just really excited that you called her, and so she's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna go somewhere else for that, baby.
I'm gonna beat up that guy in the stall over there.
He looks like a bitch.
I can take him.
Yeah, I'm not a horror girly. I'm not a horror person. I hate horror.
I was never a horror guy, and then we watched Silence of the Lambs for my literature class, and I think I had a bit of self-discovery. I was like, this was kind of enjoyable. I want more. Now I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I will forever be chasing just a greater adrenaline high. I'm probably going to explore an abandoned building sometime soon.
Dude, let me know when. Let me come with.
You want to come with?
I do, because I'm an adrenaline junkie. I'll run from the cops. I won't get very far, but I'll run. I'm bad at running, though, so I will get caught.
I might only get 30 feet, but it's the experience, really.
It is worth it, I guarantee.
Those 30 feet of running are going to be some of the best 30 feet of running in my life.
Then I'll be able to mark it off on my rice purity test that I
ran from the
cops. Yeah.
Is that on the rice purity test?
Yeah, it's like questioned by the police, ever put in handcuffs. The police handcuffed you,
I knew there
you.
was some stuff with the law. I didn't know if there was specific. It would be what would happen when they caught you after you ran. that would get checked off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would do it. I would do it just to see. But no, I'm an adrenaline junkie, but I'm not. I like thrillers. I like psychological thrillers. I'm not a gore person. And that's what a lot of, I think, horror movies rely on nowadays is gore.
Yeah. And it's not even that I can't handle gore. It's just kind of like, it's overused, you know? I play a bit of a Doom myself. It's like, I've seen it all. It's like, whatever, man. It's like, oh, you really got me. He's got his entrails hanging out like it's medieval times, and he, like, I don't know, spoke out against the priest or something. That's probably what they would do. They're like, why is your hat so big? And then you're
It's just such a cheap way to get scares. Like, it is such a cheap. Those and jump scares, super.
Yes, jump scares and then excessive gore.
They're ridiculous. Dude, mess with my brain, please.
I know. That's more interesting.
That one's more fun. I watched Hereditary. That was actually kind of spooky.
I've not watched Hereditary. I've heard it's good, though.
It is. It's really good. If you're like a big used to like The Ring and Saw, that's not it. It is definitely, it's something else. And it leads to so much discussion. It is so cool. I'm such a big film person. You have no idea. I'm also, but the downside is I'm a really bad movie talker.
Oh, we would not get along. not for a movie watch.
I know.
I hate people like with my friends, right? So we're like a mix of like silence for like the show or film, and then like a movie talker or two, and then it's always like us versus them. It always ends up being like, shut up, like we're watching Breaking Bad. It's like, stop talking. It's like, I want to hear what he's saying, and it's like it's just trying to make like a Jesse joke. It's like, stop.
My thing is I'm just always confused perpetually. So I'll be watching and I'm like, what's going on? What's happening?
But then you watch.
That's it. That's what I get. Is there like watch the movie, you'll get it? I'm like, no. I'm not worried about right now. I'm worried about the past 25 minutes. What just happened? I'm genuinely lost.
It's like the movie's trying to set up the scene and the universe. It's like, just let it do it. In due time, it will become clear.
No, because if I did that, I have to do it constantly in the movie theater. Let me tell you, I've tried watching movies, just pure silence watching it, and I am so confused by the end of it because I didn't ask for clarification. I feel terrible, but also I'm such a peanut gallery kind of person. I'll make jokes and I will sit there and be silly.
I'll do that for like rewatches though. I won't do that like if it's the first time I'm seeing a movie, I'm trying to like actually like take it in. I'm gonna be basically dead silent.
I'm more. I just really loudly licked my lips for some reason, and then I was like, well.
Guess this is an ASMR podcast now. I'm gonna like start tapping the mic.
Are you feeling the tinglies yet? Is this good for you? Do you like this?
I think this also deserves an apology.
Sorry to Layla and Connor for abusing your guys' ears and putting you guys through ASMR. I'm also sorry to the other 88 viewers that have watched the podcast. I'm sorry that you also had to sit through ASMR. But in my defense, that's what you get for not being gold members.
That's fine. You honestly were asking for it, if I'm being completely honest.
You had it coming. I'll be real honest with you. Why are you even here if you're not a gold member? Do you not want dental?
Come on. Those are your teeth.
Think about your teethies. Do you not want them to be so nice and clean?
Yeah, that's the plural of tooth, actually. TVs. They got rid of the TH.
I think it's so funny to be like teethies or my little fingies or my tum-tum.
I like to refer to my toothbrush as a teeth brush because it's for all of them. So why would I make it singular?
Oh, you don't have a favorite that you just focus in on?
I do. I choose to brush all of my teeth. Thank you very much.
Man, you're wild and out here, Alex. Toothbrush implies one tooth. And you know what? I've picked. It's this one that I only brush that one. That's the only one. Everything else is terrible.
Yeah, everything else, I'm going to lose it by 30.
Yeah. You guys want to know a fun fact about Florida Tech?
Yes.
Oh
That was your answer.
That was Layla and Connor. Those were our Laylas and Connors. You can choose what category you're in. Are you the note taker or are you the one who wants the hat back? And we'll put a timestamp to argue. The other day, Connor told us that a pizza was, what was it? Something about a calzone. I think it was a Lunchables pizza.
No, because we were talking about how you like your honey and peanut butter Uncrustables.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and you were talking about how that's good frozen. I said, this is about frozen pizza rolls. And I said, just imagine that, but filled with sauce and cheese. Like the sauce and cheese frozen Uncrustable.
Yeah.
And they said, pretty sure frozen sauce and cheese Uncrustable would just be a calzone, which he's right.
He's absolutely correct. Thank you, Connor, for fact-checking us on that one. We always need fact-checkers. They're like our Discord mods, except because we spout out nonsense.
Oh, yeah. I try and cover myself by ending with, by the way, I probably just was lying through my teeth there. But if you would like to fact-check for us, that'd be awesome. Let us know in the comments how many times we lied to you. Also, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Or if you're on Spotify, do the equivalent, whatever that would be.
Isn't it like a follow?
I don't know. Follow us on Spotify.
I guess heart it or something. I don't know. I was gonna say something. Ah, shoot. Oh no, you're right. I call myself a dirty, rotten scoundrel. I go, I am a dirty, rotten scoundrel. I'm such a dirty little liar. My bad. And that's how I tell people that I'm lying.
I like the phrase, I'm lying through my teeth. It's just so direct. And it's, by the way,
really
everything I just told you is not true.
I felt that. Me too.
I like trying to be very blunt. It's far funnier when I'm like, yeah.
I love
also,
being
I
blunt.
Lied.
Also, I'm a liar. I think it's really funny to be very blunt. I think it's comedy gold. I also think it helps get points across. People do not like when people are bold.
You mean blunt?
Or yeah, blunt.
You have to strike a balance between trying to be a bit. What is the opposite of blunt? You don't talk sharply.
No, blunt. And then being. Oh, I know what it is. Doesn't it start with an I? Being. You're either blunt or. It's something about being tactful. You're more like tactful with stuff. You're more. If you guys know what word we're looking for, the
Put
opposite
it in the comments below, and like and subscribe, and do the equivalent on any other platform. Thanks.
Why didn't you just
boys? Gleese. What do we call our fan base?
Layla and
oh yeah.
Connor.
I'm trying to come up with something on the spot. Like, what do I do with Gleason? And it just said Gleese.
Gleese. You guys are our Gleeskis. Oh, what's up, Gleeskis? We're here today to talk to you.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, so sorry. We'll come up with better names unless you guys really like Connor and Layla. 'Cause isn't there a YouTuber that calls his fan base just Greg?
Yeah, that's Drew Gooden.
Yeah.
Drew Gooden just calls him Greg.
So
you guys are Layla and Connor.
Yeah.
You guys can pick. We'll start like a faction war.
Yeah.
Between the Laylas and Connors, and you pick a side.
Yeah. Are you gonna start an argument, or are you gonna just really like the podcast?
Are you going to be contrarian, or are you just gonna like write notes about things you like? I guess contrarian is not the right word.
Yeah. Are you gonna
forgive me, Connor?
So sorry to all our Connors out there. I've been drawing blanks today. Normally I'm go, but this has been definitely low energy. I'm so tired today. I got 3 hours of sleep from Saturday to Sunday, and then
you did mention, yes.
Yeah.
It does sound rather awful.
Yeah, I was like, Alex, you're gonna have to keep up the energy today. You're gonna have to keep us going.
That's right. I gotta drive the gravy train. Let's see.
Do it again, Alex. Do that.
I have original thoughts and ideas. I can promise you that.
Every time before we start the podcast, I'm like, did you think of anything? Did you think of a topical thing to talk about?
And it's always no. My mind was empty for 7 days, and now I'm here.
See, I'm a Layla. I take notes throughout the week of things that I want to talk about. I put them on my phone. I write them down on a sticky note so he can't see. You just crack eggs and hope for the best, I guess.
I do that. I try. It's a bit of improv. I started to try and write down ideas, but I've genuinely, like, throughout the week, have not thought of just really interesting topics that would make for a good podcast segment.
That's funny.
Was it?
No. No, it was actually really disappointing. I'm the only one who cares about this podcast. Alex is leeching off of me for the fame.
Yeah, it's actually, I just leech off of Rena for fame.
Exactly.
So I can I pay the lease on that really beat up Ferrari that I purchased. I paid way too much for it. It should have 3 wheels should have been a red flag from the get-go.
Having to afford that 4th one was, whew, let me tell you, that was a lot of embezzlement.
Yeah, I really love embezzling Patreon money. If we start a Patreon, I'm just gonna slander the non-existent Patreon. It will be embezzled by yours truly, all of it. You'll be like, but it was supposed to go towards all the new equipment. We have the equipment, fools.
You dumb little babies. You silly geese. No, we need to make merch. We got to create a merch shop, and then we'll decide what to do with the money. That's where the Patreon is to fund the merch.
Right.
The merch store.
Do we try and profit? If we have a theoretical merch store, do we attempt to profit off of it, or do we just work it at a net neutral?
I don't know what that word means.
As in, you don't have profit or loss. It just, like, the money
just sits
you
there.
You take in enough money to, like, pay for the t-shirts.
Yeah.
And no more that can go in your pocket, and no less that you have to pay for the t-shirts yourself.
Okay.
It's net neutral. Like, it doesn't change.
Okay. So I think toss everything you just said out the window. We're making money.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. We're going to have to find a lawyer. We're going to have to make contracts. This isn't even a podcast at this point. We are downright just we're talking
conglomerate.
We're planning right now. Here's what I think we should do.
Okay.
So because you're going to graduate, I'm going to graduate, right?
Eventually.
You're eventually going to graduate, I'm going to graduate this semester, whatever. I keep hitting the mic and people are dying.
Too famous to care.
It's all the cocaine and hookers. I was about to make a really bad joke, but the hookers and cocaine is already bad enough. So listen, I think we should take our cuts of the podcast because we really started it off. Josh and Blake cannot come back and be like, well, we originally started. No, we are the Reboot. We are a separate brand.
It's rebranded.
Yeah, we're rebranded. We're a whole new thing. So we'll have a small cut of the money because we started it up. We'll own the company. Let's start a company.
We're going to go public. We're going to have shares.
Yeah. Let's
GPR is our thing. Gleason Podcast Reboot.
Yeah, we're no longer the, oh, that's such a good acronym. That's good. Gleason Podcast Reboot.
Well, because you need, like, the ticker name or whatever it's called for a stock.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless GPR is taken.
Well, I like that just in general because GPAC the Reboot just kind of sounds rude. Like we're restarting the Gleason Performing Arts Center.
That's true, because when you think of GPAC, it is Gleason Performing Arts Center.
It's the entire thing.
As much as I want it to just be the podcast.
Right.
Gleason or GPAC Podcast the Reboot is a bit lengthy, but GPR
that's pretty solid. Gleason.
It almost sounds like a radio station.
Yeah.
And you're tuning into GPR.
It's Gleason Podcast.
Smooth jazz.
We're now going to break for smooth jazz.
God, I hope we remember to put something in there.
Imagine we just start jamming and there's just nothing in the background.
We have a tight production schedule this week. We can't do too many editing bits.
Exactly.
They won't all happen. A lot of the ones from last time didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember I went back.
We did the images with this, at least.
We did that. You were like, I'm in France now, and I just put a French flag that said, no, you aren't, buddy.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I luckily found the cashews.
Yes.
And the niffler.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other things that eluded me.
Oh, yeah, there's other things where it's like, we'll change the green screen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
no, we didn't. Yeah.
It's a lot of effort, guys. Come on, cut me some slack.
I already have to deal with the audio.
I just figured out the green screen. Now there is no green screen. We took it away.
We took it away. It was too hard.
You want to complain about the fact that I didn't change the green screen? What if you got no green screen? What if it was a curtain?
We're taking away your green screen privileges. You don't get to see where we are now. You just know that we're in front of a curtain. Maybe we're in Gleason in front of the main. Maybe we're still in the studio.
Maybe we're in your walls. You would never know. Did you hear that? You hear your floors creak at night? Maybe it's us setting up the podcast.
Do you know the audio of the Midnight Barber?
The Midnight Barber?
Yeah. It was something about like, this dude keeps going around and cutting people's hair in the middle of the night. And he's like, yeah, it's me. And he goes, what? And he goes, who do you think's been cutting your hair this entire time? He goes, no, it just, it doesn't grow very fast. He goes, no, that's me. They call me the Midnight Barber. Yeah.
I was totally unaware of the Midnight Barber. I fear.
Johnny got a haircut. How do you feel about it? Be honest, he's not here right now.
Johnny will inevitably see this, and I need Johnny to know that cut was not it.
It wasn't it cheap. He's never going to see this. He's going to start at podcast 36, and then he's just not going to look back and be like, this is what I should live up to. So sorry, Johnny. Anyway, Johnny and I look too much alike now.
Yeah, he's got a bit more of like a bob now.
Yeah, it's. Oh, we have very similar hair. We have similar length. Someone's got to cut their hair.
Listen, I've been rocking this for a while now.
So
That's
have I.
all I'm saying.
So have I. For how long?
For how long?
Yeah.
I've had this kind of haircut since. I want to say I started doing this in about 8th grade. It wasn't this long, though, until probably close.
I really hope that the microphone didn't pick up me saying the F word. And I also hope if it did, I'm able to find this moment and come back and edit that out.
Or you're like, he's had that haircut longer than me? Or you like,
yeah, it was like, shoot, oh no.
To be fair, it was not this long until probably sophomore year of high school, though.
Okay, because I cut my hair like 11th grade to be like kind of here, and then it went up a little. And now people are going to confuse me, Alex, and Johnny all for the same person.
Yeah.
They're going to go...
Besides that, there's no differentiating factor.
We all look the same. I mean...
Do you even know who's on what side of the camera right now?
Huh? If it wasn't for the audio... Oh, wait, no, because the audio is together. So they don't even know who's who.
They don't.
Ooh.
They're completely, like, in the dark about who's who right now.
Sucks, I guess. We'll try and remember to put a picture of Johnny in his new cut right here. That way you can compare us and just see that there's no difference. It's that meme where it's like, corporate wants us to find the difference. They're the same pictures.
It's just the three of us.
It's just the three of us. I'm going to make that meme, and that's going to be the first post on the Gleason Podcast Instagram.
It's fine, and it's just our...
all of us. Yeah. I think that'd be really, really silly.
My hair used to be so wavy before.
Yeah.
Down here, and it was just humid all the time. Like my hair wasn't like heavenly. I'm not trying to say like I ever took care of my hair super well.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the Florida humidity definitely where it had.
Yeah, everyone was like, Rena, your hair is so voluptuous. Wow, where is it? Yeah, no, they were like, Rena, it always looks so good. It's always so like full and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're never gonna really believe it, but it's the Florida humidity. That's what's getting me through.
Yeah, it makes my hair go like that. I think it just...
I'm going to sue Florida.
You're going to sue the state of Florida?
Yeah, well...
For making it humid?
Yeah.
I don't remember the governor's name, but you made it humid. I'm not involved in Florida politics. I'm just here for school. Okay, you're a resident of Florida. This just makes you look bad.
No, it doesn't. It's not Ron Stampler. It's Ron DeSantis. I'm a winner. I know it. I'm not stupid. I actually used my phone just now. I looked at...
It was under the table. She pulled out her phone. Was like, the governor of Florida 2023. I was so worried you were going to cough up water on me.
No, I don't think that'll ever happen.
No.
No, unless you want to try. Start saying funny things.
You know, there was one time in robotics, this was also probably freshman year, we all have our computers around, this table because we're programming. And I go to take a swig of whatever I have. I think I was pretty sleep deprived. It was pretty late at night. So I just mixed together a bunch of sodas that were out into a cup.
You are insane. Every time you open your mouth and you tell me something about your past, I'm like, what? You're going to look me in the eyes and tell me this? It throws me off immensely whenever you tell me facts about yourself.
I'm going to revisit the mixing soda things in just a moment then. Anyways, I take a swig of whatever I have in my cup. I think it's funny, so I laugh while this is in my mouth and just spray all the computers on the table, and they all look at me. And then from that day onward, the mentor for the programming, the scouting programming is the sub team I was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, okay, Alex, please don't drink anything near the computers. I was like, okay.
That's so funny. What sodas and why would you mix them?
It doesn't really matter. They're all sugar water, but with this one's orange or this one's cola. You just kind of throw them together.
No, they taste very different.
You're not gonna like what I did at the dining hall. So there's more than just soda at the dining hall. I mixed not just every soda. I mixed every beverage. I named the Omnisip, and I felt very powerful afterwards.
What did it
Milk
taste
is a
good?
beverage. Just wanna make sure that's known.
Yeah, no, milk is definitely a beverage.
So it was in the Omnisip with the sodas. So was the coffee. I think I added vanilla ice cream.
What is wrong with you? You are an absolute fiend.
No, I am adventurous.
That's not adventurous.
It's very
You're a
adventurous.
masochist. That's what that is.
The only difference between masochism and adventurism is if it's something new. And it was new, so it was adventure.
No, you can be a masochist and try new things all the time. That's part of the masochism. Just know that I'm scared of you.
You're scared of me? You fear me?
Yeah, you went for me, and I was not excited. Also, I've been peeling away at this tape to really get the beginning of it, but I keep...
You have strips of tape.
Have you not been watching me this entire time?
I knew you were messing around with it. I didn't see you actually take pieces of the tape off the roll.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to really get it to work, but it's already cut down all of these layers over here. It's gonna be a while. Each new podcast episode, I'll try again with the...
Though I still refuse to believe you've never mix sodas together just for fun.
I did it once, and it
Once?
was terrible because they all tasted weird together. I went to McDonald's, and I mixed Coke, root beer, Sprite. That was it.
Weak.
Now I know, but also smart because I'm sorry to just keep insulting you as a person.
Oh no, I'm ready.
You're
I'm
ready?
ready and willing.
Yeah. See, that's not adventurous. That's a mess.
No, not.
Canon.
Listen, I can relate to Markiplier on the level of I'm not a masochist. I just want to know.
No, it's been confirmed that he's a masochist.
No. I get what he's saying. Like the whole the pepper spray thing, right? He's like, I'm not a masochist. I'm not gonna enjoy the pain. I just want to know how much pain there is. I'm the same ideology. I would love to get tased sometime.
I was gonna ask, have you ever been tased before? Have you ever thought about being tased?
I think it's fascinating. I absolutely want to be tased sometime.
Do you... Gleason podcast episode, we take you to go get tased.
You just tase me. I'm shaking on the floor. How does it feel, Alex? I'm sure he'll get back to us in just a minute.
You come to and we're like, how is it? And you go, ah! Whoa. You go, I'm not a masochist.
I'm not a masochist, I promise. I just want to know what it's like to be tased.
All right, Alex. Sure.
No.
Should we create wiki pages for
Well, we'll become famous enough that they'll do it on their own.
You're right. Well, the wiki fandom pages is what I want. I don't want an actual wiki page. That's too lame.
Well, that's like
I
an
wanna be
actual
even
wiki
more
page.
niche.
You have to be. You gotta be above and beyond for that.
You're
like,
right.
You get your wiki fandom page once you're like
On
us
the-
as
on the
niche and
chart.
micro celebrities.
Yeah.
Once we're no longer niche micro celebrities, we're just regular micro celebrities. Then we have a wiki fandom page.
Yeah.
Then when we're no longer micro celebrities and just regular celebrities,
Yeah.
we get an actual wiki page.
Okay, so it's a full. Do we get a wiki feet?
So
When does that
long
come
we
in?
don't show our feet on camera, we won't have a wiki feet. I would prefer
We're
to not
safe?
have a wiki feet.
We're safe? I hope so. I hope the paparazzi don't come.
The paparazzi catching me in my flip flops. Like, oh no! I'm gonna
I'm
have
at
to
the
wear socks
beach.
and sneakers.
Forever. You
We
go
wear
into
socks
the
at the
ocean.
beach, yeah.
You know, the ocean with like tennis shoes on, and you're like, well, anything to keep me from getting a wiki feet. I'm too famous.
Anything and everything. I know they're here. I just like out of the corner of my eye, there's a guy with a like DSLR camera.
Yeah, and you're like,
he's ready.
yeah. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. Cause he's Whittle and he's Sweepy.
Who?
Okay, so that's once. I feel too pop cultured for you. I feel too young because
You feel too young.
I feel
compared to
too
me?
young compared to you.
I told you I don't keep up with the kids.
I know, but I don't either. But I still I still stumble. I still stumble across like things that I hear and stuff. It's because you don't have
like
an
I'm
Instagram.
relatively pop cultured, but you just find things I've just never heard.
Okay, maybe I'm the niche one, and I'm not
you're
that
discovering
young.
just two like niche rabbit holes that I'm not following.
In the comments below, let us know if anything that I've said is niche or just really like Alex is old and doesn't know.
Am I not hip enough? Like I know I'm not hip with the kids like I said, but am I like that far gone? Am I like the middle-aged like look at Alex over there. Yeah.
Yeah, what an
He
old
doesn't know what's up.
man. Yeah. I'm going to force you to get an Instagram, but only because so you can access the Gleason podcast.
I follow one account and it's ours.
yeah.
And then I just don't touch it.
Well, you have to log into the Gleason podcast and be like, hey, we should hire someone when we start making money off of the merch and be like, here's our PR person, and we pay them to do the Instagram.
Yeah, when we're so rich and famous, we can employ people.
We're an entire brand. Gosh, we will. I hate to say it, but we're probably not going to be using our degrees. We're probably just gonna have to work for Gleason forever.
Yeah, it's just this is how it goes.
Yeah. So sorry to everyone.
We'll rake in infinitely more money than engineering.
You're
is
so right.
Talking into a microphone for an hour and a half once a week, like that was probably funny. I really got him down. I don't know why I said it like that too. I really said it like I was gonna say something else afterwards.
Yeah, I was expecting something.
I know you were
like,
waiting for me to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just stopped.
I
And I was like,
stopped.
okay, well, I see where we are right now.
Oops. I'll be more careful with my intonation, I believe would be the right word. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know. These are really big words. Fun fact about me, I don't know any words over 8 letters.
Yes, you've disclosed this.
Yes.
Not on the podcast.
Not on the podcast.
This is new to Connor and Layla's.
So everyone, for our Connors and Laylas out there, fun fact about me is I will not recognize any words larger than 8 letters. Now I know what you're thinking, Rita, why 8 letters? It's because, fun fact, I need to know the word through. That way, when people say, you'll get through this, it just doesn't go over my head. Because imagine, you'll get this.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very motivating.
Exactly. So I forced myself to know 8. It was going to be 6, but then I was like, nah.
That's why I try and use such, large words all the time. So Rena has no idea what I'm saying.
It's like when you spell out words for babies and they don't know what you're saying. You're like, oh, can you go get the baby an SNACK? Do you know what I spelled?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's like that, except you can just speak normal words.
It's not just like white noise up here. It's just
It
sitting here
really
like,
feels like it though.
whoa.
You're like, huh? It is for me. What's the sound that constantly goes on in your head?
A gentle ringing. It's called tinnitus. It's because in high school band, I sat in front of the percussion section.
That's funny. Mine is constantly like rebooting, so it's like the movie theater, and then it's do immediately after, and then it's
IMAX like introduction, like whatever, to a movie, and then specifically like the Windows XP shutdown sound.
yeah, exactly. And so winning for me because it's constantly rebooting, and that's why nothing makes sense. You have to catch me on the do for me to actually hear what you're saying, because the blah is too loud.
Yeah, it just drowns out all the thoughts. It takes up all the neurons up there.
Exactly. You caught me, I guess.
You know, those the neurons work off electrical signals. The take up that's like 20 volts, which you should not be able to produce, but you do.
And it's only in my head. It's only in my head. It's do. Oh, it's blah. What? Do you have a favorite movie?
Ooh, a favorite movie.
Have I asked this before? Have
You've not
I
asked
asked?
this.
Okay.
You've not asked this, but you actually haven't even asked this to me outside the podcast either.
That's crazy.
It's
a lot of things we talk about is like I touch the mic. I'm hitting this mic. This poor mic. It's okay. We have viewers to spare. Anyway, so what was I saying? I told you I'm brain dead.
You were talking about. You asked me what my favorite movie was.
Oh yeah. So we talk about a lot of things outside of the podcast, and then we'll just bring them back into the podcast so you guys know what we talk about. Except you guys don't know that, and you're like, oh, a new topic, and we're like, no, we've discussed this before. I just want you guys to know.
Yeah. But this is like new.
Yeah.
Me picking a favorite movie, it's almost like trying to pick a favorite book. It's like there's so many genres and whatnot. It's so hard to just say this one is the one I enjoyed the most, because I enjoy different books and movies in different ways because they're different genres.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one movie,
You can give me a top 3.
but
it has to be in order.
Okay, top 3 in order.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably go. Let me think. I think top would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You made such a strange face for that. Do you not know what that is?
No.
Okay.
What is it?
You said I'm not hip. Don't get me wrong. It's an older movie, but
Is
everyone knows National Lampoon's.
Is it like a cult classic?
I would say so. We watch it every year. The tradition in my household, we watch it whenever we put up the Christmas tree. It's such. How are you? You are the exact like the person that National Lampoon's caters to.
Really?
How have you not watched it?
Really?
It's like that kind of like really like absurd humor.
That's so
With, like
funny.
Chevy Chase. You know Chevy Chase, right? Oh my god. The actor Chevy Chase.
I would probably have to see him. I'm not a names person. I'm
not either.
I'm a faces. So I would probably recognize them because like I'll see actors. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's them. They were in that one movie.
Yeah,
that's
I'm the same
me.
way.
Yeah. Like I'll see him. I'm like, I know who you are. Like people will be on campus and they'll be like, oh, do you know this person? I'm like, I'd have to see a picture.
Best I can do is like, I see, for the Titanic cast, I'm like, Da Vinci. There.
That's what I do as well.
But I can't believe you haven't seen like any National Lampoon's movie, even though Christmas Vacation's the best one by far.
You're
by
gonna
a
have to
mile.
send me the title and stuff, the link
National
to it.
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, it's a Christmas movie, but you can still watch it now if you really want.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would. I'll watch Muppets Christmas Carol just in the middle of summer, just because I'm feeling it.
I'm strictly against watching anything Christmas related beyond like December 26th.
Yeah, I can there's certain movies that I can do, but I can't do like Rudolph or the Santa Clauses or things like that. Cannot do it. It's very weird to me. I'm not in the Christmas mindset, but a Muppets Christmas Carol, that is the one, the only that I can get behind, because in my head it is categorized within the Muppets rather than within Christmas.
I don't know. I for me, it's Christmas enough that I reserve it for the Christmas season. Because if you watch the movies outside the Christmas season, then they're not as special. You know, the only reason I associate them with Christmas, beyond the fact that they're Christmas movies, is that I watch them during Christmas. If I watch them in July, then it's just another movie I watch.
Yeah. Makes sense. Anyway, your favorite movies.
Right. Top of
We do this all the time. We just jump and jump.
Tangents.
Also, I keep going down lower because my back hurts. So please don't think that I'm slowly like leaving.
No, I'm actually becoming taller. Finally, it's finally happening.
Yeah.
The growth spurt I was promised, but was
in
robbed
7th
of.
grade.
Yeah, in 7th grade, you're gonna shoot up one day. I was the same height as one of my friends for the longest time. In fact, I was taller than him.
Wow.
And then he shot up like 1.5 feet. And now I have to do this.
That meanie head.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Top of my list. Next up, okay. This is really going to make me look old, but I'm going to pick My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, I love My Cousin Vinny.
It's such a funny movie.
If you're a good Italian, you know, like, My Cousin Vinny, you know, The Godfather, you know, quite a few. The Karate Kid.
The Karate. Can that really be classified as like under like if you're Italian, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, it's not the one with Jaden Smith. It's the old one, the original one.
The one with Jaden Smith isn't real.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. No, the original one, because he's Italian. He's American, Italian American.
Oh, you're right.
He is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably why I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. No, literally. My dad was like, "You're gonna love it." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." He was gorgeous. Probably because he was Italian. I've never seen an ugly Italian, and I'll stand by that.
I can't disagree. I don't know if I've seen enough Italians to really judge the whole sphere.
Oh, I can easily.
You can?
Yeah. I've seen enough, and I'm like, they all look great to me. But also, maybe I'm biased.
Maybe being an Italian makes me biased towards how good Italian people look. But, you know, do with that what you will.
Yeah, exactly. So My Cousin Vinny, that's great.
Yes. My third pick, this is what I'm struggling to think of.
Yeah. If you don't want to give me a third pick, that's fine.
But I feel like it'd be reasonable to give you a third pick. I'm just trying to think. I'm really trying to think of all the movies I've seen, because I don't want to just be like the first ones that come to mind. It's like, oh, but there was this one that I really liked.
I'll recheck next week.
Next week, yeah. Reconvene with me next. Tune in next week.
To
hear Alex's third favorite movie. Yeah, that'll really hook me.
No, you tell me now.
Tell now.
Tell me now, and then when we come back,
we'll see if it's the same movie.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll keep track of it. I edit this podcast anyway, so.
In that case, I'm going to pick pretty like recent movie.
Pretty Little Liars.
No. I'm actually going to pick Luca.
Luca.
I really enjoyed it. It's just like a really simple.
Is it because it's Italian?
First of all, it's Italian.
Already a win for me.
Second of all, it's just a really fun, like, turn off your brain, feel good movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much deeper meaning where it's like, oh, I really gotta
think about it. It's just
tear
like
this apart. It's just kind of like it's two bros hanging out. They make a Vespa, and like that's the movie. And then it's like I can get behind that.
Do you think they fall in love? Do you think they are in love? No.
No, I think that's people reading a bit too far between
I think they're in love, and I'm.
You think they're in love? I think they're just two bros. Can I not?
Two bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart, because they're not gay.
Exactly. See, this is why the 5-foot precaution needs to exist, because of people like you, Rena. This is why I must sit 5 feet apart from my bros in the hot tub, or else I'll get put into a situationship, as the kids call it.
No, that's not at all what a situationship is.
That's not what a situationship is?
It is at all. I recently had to look it up because I was like, am I in a and I went, no, I'm not. Silly little lady.
Yeah, I don't know what a situationship is.
No, you're not in a situationship if you sit really close to your friends. That's just being bros. No. I don't actually think they're in love. I think they're just two guys hanging out.
Okay.
But the 10th grade fan fiction reader in me wants to believe that they're in love.
I don't know what to make of that.
Was there anything like embarrassing in your childhood? Because like I can tell you, I was a weeb, and one time I said baka unironically, and then I was like, I need to stop. So there was that, and then I was a fan fiction reader. I was a hardcore like yaoi shipper. You don't know what those words mean.
No, I'm aware. I need to like, have mental safeguards in place for when these words come up. I have to know their meaning.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like how you have to know the bad word to know not to use it.
True.
It's like along that
That's
line.
true. It's so funny because it's literally only episode 4 and I'm revealing deep dark secrets about myself.
You asked me if I have anything embarrassing.
Yeah. Do you have any deep dark secrets like that?
It's not enough to say I've never done anything dumb or embarrassing, but they are all things I've definitely erased from my memory subconsciously.
You don't want to remember not to do that?
No, I do. And it's like I've just learned to not do it, but I can't remember the specific instance of, oh, I did this, and now I no longer do this.
That's cheating.
I don't know. It's just how my brain works. I don't really remember really. Like, I'm not one of those people like, people say, like, oh, I get kept up at night thinking of this awkward moment when I was a child. I don't have that.
Occasionally that'll happen to me. Like, I can pull memories every once in a while, but because my memory is slowly deteriorating, you think it's funny, but it's true.
It's true.
I'm epileptic.
Oh, I guess that would probably have some effect, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Silly little me. Love people who are like, oh, Rena, here's some flashing lights, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, so my memory is slowly deteriorating. But every once in a while I can pull a memory that's awkward, and I don't know why it'll ever come up, but it's just like, oh, that did happen, didn't it? But like I don't go around searching for memories.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not to say like I don't remember anything, but I don't really remember a lot of the really embarrassing stuff I did, or it wasn't embarrassing enough at the time
to
that
be considered
like really
yeah.
like set into my mind. Like I did it and forgot about
Yeah.
it because I didn't care because I was a kid.
You're crazy wildcat.
I'm crazy.
I'm gonna stand by that one.
I know.
Yeah.
Just personal growth is crazy.
No, it's that you don't remember before your personal growth. I've had tons of personal growth, especially recently. Shout out to the love of my life, Martine.
Yeah, Martine.
Yeah, Martine. Gosh, I love that woman. I want to smooch her. Anyway, but I am messing with this. I grabbed 3 layers of tape. That's so thick.
Have you still gotten it to like properly unroll yet?
No, because there's like layers that are like, oh my gosh, this tape is insane, and I will stand.
You want to know
by
what? I bet Connor could easily remind me of something embarrassing I've done in high school.
Connor, let us know in the comments.
You can just DM me, Connor. And I
No,
can bring
put
it
it
up
in the
next
comments.
Time.
We
no,
need
you
to
don't have to do that,
know.
Connor.
We really are so curious. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it?
Oh.
Oh!
Well, now we're gonna have to fix that.
It did it! I got rid of all the yucky stuff.
Hey, it can tape again.
We now have a fully functioning roll of tape.
He is reborn.
He is reborn.
Took a little longer than 3 days, so not quite Messiah material. But
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's close.
yeah.
I double tape. I did this that way we would be able to find the edge. So I guess that's a win for me. Can I get a good job, Rena, down in the chat?
Make sure you also like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts,
Do the equivalent. We don't know what it is, but you should definitely do it.
Much as we proceed to never upload to those platforms.
Exactly. No, I just need Jeff to come back from vacation because I'm gonna have a whole little meeting with him and be like, okay, well, here's my first thing that I have to talk about. Now the second thing, let's talk about the podcast, baby. We want to profit.
we want to profit. That's how you open. We want to profit off the podcast.
Yeah.
I would love the look we would get from Jeff. Like,
he'd be like, I don't think you could do that. We would have to start our own podcast on our own channel.
We would have to like dissociate ourselves from the school in Gleason.
I think that's the only way I'd be able to stay on the podcast.
True, because you will be graduated.
Exactly. I no longer work for Gleason. I can no longer come back and be on it. Let's see if we can find some Gleason alumni.
The Gleason Alumni Podcast.
Exactly.
There's just, I actually don't know how many there are. I mean, there's got to be a lot.
Oh, there's tons. There's tons because they've been here since the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember
saying, like recent, like we still have like contact.
I know
with them.
a few.
I know you know a few.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, how many people are in this podcast now?
2, you and me.
No, not literally right now. The theoretical alumni podcast. How many people are in that? I know I can count. I can see the 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, you were like, how many people are in this podcast? And I was like, Alex.
I'm not asking like I'm Dora the Explorer. How many people are on the podcast now? That's right. It's 2.
Swiper, no swiping. We'll have Swiper in the background. He'll come across and like steal something. I don't know.
Unlikely.
I'm gonna forget about this. I click it like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, I'll edit this, and this, and that's fine. That's good.
You trying to hold on? What were we even talking about? I don't even remember. Gleason, the theoretical alumni podcast of Gleason. How we need that to profit.
Yeah. I go into Jeff. I go, here's something, and then let's talk about the podcast, baby. Let's get us up on Spotify. We'll really start reaching out. People are gonna look at the podcast, be like, "What the heck is Gleason?" And then click on it, and they just hear. So, do you guys want to know about duckportation?
Duckportation.
Which sucks that we can't talk about it because guess what time it is?
It's 7:41.
Wow, and we started an hour and 20 something minutes ago.
Probably. I hope.
26. Yeah. In my head, I keep thinking that it's 2 hours have gone by.
No. We started at like 6:30.
Yeah. No. It was 6:25 when we started.
Or 6:25.
Yeah.
About.
So it's an hour and 26 minutes that has gone by.
Yes.
Okay. Well, next time we'll tell you about duckportation. We love you. Hugs and kisses. I'm Rena Champlin.
I'm Alex.
Ready to clap up? Clap. Anyway, ready? 1, 2, 3, clap. That's a wrap, baby.
See ya.